Invisible Powers Can Talk, Part 4. Hello, I'm Susan David. In Part 1 through 3, please go back and listen so you'll know what's happening in this one. We were talking about good and evil, about how we're made in God's image. We are spirit, we are soul, and we have a body where our spirit and soul reside. Our soul mind speaks to us as well as our spirit man. Now it's up to us to learn the difference and enjoy the good thoughts that God gives us, as well as rebuke any loathing or evil thoughts that come our way. They're not from God. But through what we may hear, say on the news, others, or even thoughts, they come from the evil one, Satan. He likes to hide incognito, and he makes us believe those evil thoughts came from ourselves to trick us. Don't be tricked. Learn to discern good from evil. The Bible gives us lessons on how to live this life, the good life God has planned for us, and also how to recognize when evil forces are coming our way so we can stay away, and also learn to rebuke entities away from us. Lean into the spirit world. The Bible teaches us. Now, we have a God-given right to protect ourselves and our loved ones from evil. Okay, we just do. But if we do not recognize evil coming at us, how can we be prepared in advance? First off, we need to use some common sense. When you go to sleep at night, do you lock your doors? If not, you're a fool. Do you think evil-minded people only show up elsewhere? Okay, that's what a lot of dead people thought. Why are schools and classrooms not protected by locked doors and hired guards? Are our children not worth the cost? Are we too busy sending our hard-earned tax dollars to other countries to protect them and their children? Do we not see by now that certain evil people want a reputation for themselves to kill innocent children and people just to make the news? Some say, well, if only we didn't have those evil guns, our children would be safe. We just need to take all the guns away and we'll be fine. Really? Are you really that dumb? You believe that guns have legs, arms, and brains, and that they, the guns, decide each day where they will go and do harm. Okay, what about knives? Do you know how many homicides are committed each day by stabbings? More than by guns. Oh, well, let's see, do knives have legs, arms, and a brain? Wake up. Wake up, people, okay? People kill. Guns and knives do not kill. People who hold them and use them kill. And evil people will always get guns and knives, the weapons to do so. The government knows this, and they use this against the law-abiding citizens who only own guns to protect themselves from evildoers and to protect themselves from a government who wants to disarm its citizens so they can take over and rule and control those who cannot defend themselves. Do you not study other countries who were dumb enough to give up their arms? Millions of their citizens have been placed in concentration camps. Rulers want power, and they cannot have it if you have a gun. Now, months ago, when towns and cities were being burned to the ground, why didn't law enforcement stop them? Businesses were destroyed. People, years of hard work, gone in a matter of minutes. Where was the government to protect those businesses? You trust the government? They were on the side of the evildoers to destroy good lives and watch those businesses burn to the ground. Don't you find it sad that evil politicians are finding a way to sneak into office like a snake? While the good politicians are pushed aside, cancel culture, it's all for a reason. They don't care. Evil doesn't care about you and me. We are to stop the evildoers. We are to pass laws that prevent their agenda from moving forward. We are to make our society safe by taking hands together in agreement according to God's word. We are to see evil all around us. Okay, we need to see it, recognize it, but it takes first awareness, then conviction. Next comes some old-fashioned guts. And last, finding a platform that fits your style and use it. For me, it's writing books and doing videos. What do you see yourself doing? It's not just God and the devil. You, sir, you, ma'am, you've been given a mandate in this life. You are blessed with certain abilities and an innate knowing ability. Look around you. Ask. Search your spirit. Learn to obey your God-given spirit through discernment rather than just deciding only from your soul mind. And watch that greatness placed inside of you rise up like Samson when he regained all of his strength. You have mountains that need flattened and pillars in front of you that need to fall. Examine your life. Examine your motives, your destiny while here, because life is short. And when it's all said and done, you will surely pass into eternity, just like all the rest. There's one consideration you'll leave behind, and it's not your wealth that matters. Sorry, you millionaires and you billionaires, some of you don't get it. Why do you think God gave you the money? I thank God for the ones that do. Look at Elon Musk. He says he's tired of people not being able to voice their opinion without being, what? Canceled or shut up. Their truth being labeled disinformation while the lies are called truth? Good for him for standing up for truth. The only thing that truly matters is, what did you do with what you were given to make a difference in turning the evil to good and placing your personal mark on the path that you and your loved ones can follow? That's what's important. Find out. Can powers talk? Most certainly they can. Are powers always invisible? You're powerful, and you're not invisible. Listen closely next time you have a thought dropped into your mind. I want you to weigh where that thought's coming from. Is it your own? Is it God's gift? Or could it be coming from the enemy of your soul? Don't be a pawn in the hands of evil. Remember, the confessions of the worst acts ever committed, they stated that the first thought appeared fairly innocent. But when they obeyed, the next step was more evil, and it continued to increase until there was no turning back. Deception always hides behind a righteous thought or act. We must learn to discern, not just decide what's righteous. Divide what you hear on the news and learn truth from lies. Learn to divide. Study for yourself. Much of it is just plain common sense. It always amazes me how many people make fools of themselves just to get along with a certain group or crowd. One lady on the news, she was asked, "Do you think men have babies?" She paused for a moment, and then she answered, "Yes." What? Who was that woman afraid of to answer like a fool? Is anyone else that dumb? Look, if you have a thought and you cannot answer where that thought came from, try getting into the Bible. There you will find all answers to life's questions, and there lies no disinformation. Everything in the Bible has come to pass exactly the way it was written to proceed. Look, when you have a thought that you can't explain, if you're a Christian, run each thought by your spirit man. That's where God lives. If you're a Christian, don't be tricked, but pray for God to speak to you about what your part is, because he will. And when your life comes to the end, and eventually we all get there, you will be remembered as the one who stepped up to the plate against what's wrong and stood for what's right and good. Look, there are wonderful rewards in heaven for all who follow this plan. Those who are evil and do the devil's deeds end up with him in hell for eternity to pay their dues. That's not what God had planned for anyone. You choose. You have no one to blame but yourself. We all have choices each day. follow the good and listen to what God tells you. You can make a difference in this life for the good of mankind. You were given a wonderful mandate to help. Ask God what your part is. Invisible powers can talk, and you were given power to make a difference. Go forward and find